Hello everyone, my name is Rodrigo Lazo Campo, your English teacher, and this is EasEnglish. Welcome back to a new lesson. This is lesson 220, part 2. Lesson 220, part 2 in Curso Básico level 1. And you know the title of this lesson is I'd Like to Be. And in this lesson, we are going to be doing the activities. There are 3 activities in this lesson. One is about jobs, professions, or kinds of persons who are real or fantasy. The second is about proper and common nouns. And the third, the last, is about compound words. Are you ready to start? Okay, let's go. This activity is about classifying in this chart the jobs, professions, and kinds of persons referred to in this lesson as being either real or fantasy. Besides, it is also about choosing one real job that you would like to do, one kind of person that you would like to be that is real, and one that is fantasy, and illustrate that person, that job, or that profession with a picture. Here we are. I have written the jobs, professions, or types of persons who in this book are real. The concept of being real has to do with existing in reality, in real existence. Clowns are real. You can see clowns entertaining people by telling jokes or doing tricks in a circus, in a play, or other presentations. Gardeners are real. You can see a gardener working in or tending a garden for a living or as a hobby. Ballerinas exist in reality. They dance ballet for a company. Have you ever seen one? Cowboys are real too. You can see cowboys tending cattle and performing many of his tasks or duties on horseback. An artist is a person whose work shows exceptional creativity or skill. There are a lot of different kinds of artists. Some examples include photographers, graphic designers, illustrators, printmakers, sculptors, painters, writers, calligraphers. A pirate is someone who commits robbery or other serious acts of violence at sea, in the ocean. I have never seen one in reality, but in pictures. Do you ever see a pirate? Astronauts exist in reality. They are trained to pilot, to navigate, or participate another way as a crew member in a spacecraft. They travel to the outer space. Would you like to be an astronaut and travel to the outer space? There is no doubt basketball players are real. I guess you usually see a lot of these. Musicians and zookeepers exist in reality too. The former performs or plays music, and the latter take care of animals in zoos. Now let's talk about those persons, jobs, or professions that are fantasy. Heroes like Superman, Spider-Man, Hulk, and the like, and mermaids are not real. They exist just in legends, stories, films, and fairy tales, and maybe in more other items of entertainment. Have you ever seen Superman in reality? Or have you seen a mermaid in reality? I guess you haven't, and you will never do. In the second part of this activity, I invite you to paste or draw a picture to illustrate a type of person that you would like to be, who is real, or a job that you would like to do that is real, and a type of person that you would like to be who is fantasy, or a type of job that you would like to do that is fantasy. As to me, I am going to paste pictures. Let's do it. I'd like to be a charity worker, a person in charge of providing for help or relief to the poor or the needy people. There are billions of needy, poor people in the world waiting for someone or for others to give them help. That's what I'd like to be. What about you? This is a picture of Robin Hood, cartoon Robin Hood. I'd like to be someone like Robin Hood. Maybe not by robbing goods or money from the others, but getting foods and goods and many more provisions another way to give the poor, the needy people. What about you? This activity is about nouns. In this word bank, there are 8 nouns. Some are common nouns and the others are proper nouns. Then you and I are going to write them out and place each under these headings, depending if the noun is proper or a common noun. It is a good idea to make a difference between what is a proper noun and what is a common noun. A common noun is a noun that names a class of persons or things or places or any other individuals of the same class, and that may go with a limiting modifier such as a, the, some, or every. For example, it is right to say a child, the child, every child, or some children, a city, the city, some cities, every city, a day, the city, every day, some days, a book, the book, every book. These are examples of common nouns. Before the noun, you can use a, the, every, some, and some other limiting modifiers. On the other hand, a proper noun is a noun that designates a particular being, place, thing, person, or animal that does not take a limiting modifier. Normally, it is capitalized. The first letter is capitalized in English. Then you can say, for example, Pedro. You don't say a Pedro, de Pedro, every Pedro, some Pedros. No. Cali, you cannot say a Cali, de Cali, every Cali, etc. When you refer to Colombia, it is not right to say a Colombia, the Colombia, every Colombia, some Colombia. Got it? Based on that explanation and those examples, you and I are going to write these nouns under the right heading. Let's do it. Here we are. Doctor, waitress, tennis player, and lake are common nouns. But Miss Hansen, Natasha, Wisconsin, and Principal Glass are proper nouns. Let's consider what makes the difference. You can say a doctor, every doctor, the doctor, some doctors, many doctors, a waitress, the waitress, every waitress, some waitresses, many waitresses, a tennis player, the tennis player, every tennis player, some tennis players, many tennis players, a lake, the lake, every lake, some lakes, many lakes, because these are within a class, and in this class, in each class, there are many of the same. But it is not correct to say Mrs. Hansen, the Mrs. Hansen, many Mrs. Hansen, the Natasha, a Natasha, the Wisconsin, every Wisconsin, a Principal Glass, the Principal Glass, because these are particular within a class. There is a class that is called people, and among the people there is one particular person who is named Miss Hansen. There is another that is called Natasha. Among the class of places in general, there is one particular that is called Wisconsin. And there are other kinds of places among which one in particular is called Principal Glass or whatever. Is that right? Is that clear to you? Now let's move on to the third and last activity. The third and last activity consists in cutting these individual words to make compound words. After cutting the individual words, you and I will form the compound words separately. Let's do it. Here I have matched the individual words into compound words. Then we got mailman, school teacher, lunch box, outside, and backyard. These are the compound words I have formed: mailman, school teacher, lunch box, outside and backyard. Do you get the same? Well, dear students, I've got to go now. Thank you for listening. See you soon.